Okay, I think, are we live? I think we might be live. Let's see. I think we're good. Are we straight? Are we in frame? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. And I think we're pretty much in focus. Okay. Hey Debbie, how you doing? Oh good. You can hear me, you can see. That's always good. My mat looks a little bit crooked, but that's okay. We can work with that. How are we? Okay, ready for another bit of hot weather again? So I'm not going to fluff about too much. I just thought I would I need to create a card. It's Tamika's birthday, not Monday tomorrow, but the following Monday. So I thought I better make a card for her. And I've had this stamp set and stencil set for a little while. This is the Happy Blooms one. I wanted to have a play with that, but I wanted to use the new, well they're not new, they're new to me, PinkFresh ink cubes. So these are the same concept as the Ultra New ink cubes. So these are the Ultra New ones. So they are gradient colours, they're a dye base ink as well. So I thought I would give them a go. They are a little bit cheaper than the Ultra New ones by probably about $7, $6. So this might be an alternative for those that like to use the inks and are a little bit cheaper. And I thought I would try them out. So along with that, I have a few other bits and pieces that I've just pulled out. My only thought that I have at the minute is that I somehow want to use this on the background and also perhaps make a shaker card. That's all I've got so far. I have pulled out these sentiments as well. These I have already foiled, so you don't have to watch me do that. But anyway, let's make a start. I have my stamping platform and just a piece of Nina Solar White cardstock. Actually, let's go this way. Hey Maz, how are you? Okay. So, because I am stamping first, my stencil isn't going to line up square. That's all right, I can work with that. Okay. So let's get some ink on this. This is another really nice stamp that you could actually colour yourself as well with your markers or your colour pencils or your Copics if you're a Copic person. And this also has a coordinating die, so you'll colour this as one piece with the stencils and then it cuts out the two pieces separately. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use this or not yet. I was thinking I may just use this as one whole panel, but we'll see how it looks. So I need some more ink. My ink pad might need a bit of a re-inking, I think. Okay, that's enough. I'm going to leave this in my stamp positioner so if I need to I can come back and re-stamp after I've put my colour over the top. But I am just going to quickly heat set this because I find this ink is a little bit wet, which is a really good ink for embossing. But I want this nice and dry so it's not going to smear when I use my inks over the top. So I hope it's not too noisy. I'll take it away I could have thrown some embossing powder over this as well and had all those lines embossed. Okay, we should be good. So now I've got my stencil. This looks like a relatively easy one. It doesn't look like it has very many layers in this one. So we've got stencil number 1 here. So as you can see, this isn't going to line up square because I have stamped first. So here we go, we're there. I am going to tape it down just in case it wiggles on me. Sorry if you're getting my grey hairs. Okay, now colours. I have to have pink. Pink, maybe pink, yellow and orange maybe. We'll need the greens as well, won't we, for leaves. Okay, let's try these maybe. Right, I'm just using brushes that will probably already have a little bit of ink on. I will take some off. I'm not going to stress too much. So let's, actually I might leave that one and use these ones I think, pink and the yellow. Let's go with these two maybe. So you might try this lighter one first. I'm just going to dab off onto some scrap paper in case it's a bit bright. Okay. That's my ink pad gone. Here we go. They blend really nicely. Might just do these bigger ones. And I'm not worrying too much that they're not completely covered. Sometimes leaving a bit lighter in areas, it just gives them a little bit of highlight as well. So a bit darker at the base and then a bit lighter up the top. This is a nice yellow. I think these little ones here, maybe we go a deeper one. Let's try this. Nothing like using new ink pads. They're all juicy and you don't have to work really hard to get colour on your brushes. These are blending really well. Might even just put a little bit of this over the top of this one, a little bit brighter. Okay. Stencil 1 done. Come back and wash those later. Stencil 2. Whoops. There we go. So I'm going to go. We could do this a completely different colour, couldn't we? Why don't we just go use a pink for the whole lot? It doesn't matter. Let's try that. let's try bubblegum. Let's go bright, hey? Because she is a little bit of a pink girl. So I'm just trying to put a little bit more colour at the base here. And I'm not pressing very hard either. Again, only because they're new ink pads, so I don't want to end up with a lot of colour. I want to build the colour up. Let's have a little look. Looks pretty good. I'll just try a little bit more here. Okay, now I think we've just got leaves to do, I think. Looks like it. Pretty, pretty. And this one is actually relatively easy to line up, even though I haven't been able to use the registration marks. So you can always stencil first and then stamp over the top, line it up and stamp over the top later. Entirely up to you. This is just how I prefer to do it. Let's try these two. Oops. Already a bit of green on there. Maybe I could just use what's on there. See how we go. Again here I'm just trying to add a little bit more colour at the base here of the leaves. So you can be as clever as you like with the colouring. I think using the stencils, it's quite forgiving. You don't need to have colour in every single nook and cranny for these florals. So I'm just, again, starting at the base, putting most of my colour there and then slowly moving it out. He's gone quiet. He must be sleeping somewhere. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Very nice. So we've got last one. So what have we got on this one? We've got the centers of the flowers and then these leaves. So I might go with, I'm I might actually go a darker one again for these, just for a bit of contrast. So this one is olive. Just want to make sure that I'm not going to hit these little spots here with the brush, because that needs to be a different colour. That's a nice green, this one. A bit more up here. Okay, so now I just have these centerpieces to do. What colour am I going to do those? I might need to bring in a little bit of these oranges, I think. Or maybe these ones. Might be a little bit too red, maybe. Let's try these oranges. I'm going to go this deepest colour, but I am just going to use this same brush. Yellow, orange, it's kind of all the same. And am I going to do yellow on that pink flower? I might go back to the pinks, I think. Just a bit of pink over the top. And we're done. Right. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to wash those later. I'll quickly pop these away. And what I am going to do is I am just going to re-stamp this just to bring back the black lines again. So because I've left my stamp in the stamp positioner, I can do that without fear of anything shifting, hopefully, hey? Black ink, here we are. Beautiful. Okay, let me give that a quick heat set. I don't know if you can see just a little bit of shading with the leaves just around here where it's a little bit darker at the base. Same with the little flower here, just little details. So, okay, now what? So I have the coordinating die. If you lay that over the top, we'll cut both pieces out. But I was kind of thinking of using this just as a panel. And my first thought was wanting to use this as a shaker part on top of the card, probably more so the smaller one, I think. Then I had this as well. So I think, oh, we're putting it back in the stamp press, and yeah, going back over it. It is a good idea, just makes everything pop. So this is the ornate banner, and my thought was kind of this. That's what I'm thinking. So I know I'm going to cut some of it off, but I'm okay with that. Do I want to keep a whole flower in and just cut towards the bottom there off, I think. Let's try that. I reckon we can make that work. I've got some more tape here. Right. So I'm just going to die cut this here now. Okay, so that's what I'm left with. So, thinking on the fly here. Where's my? I've got a card base floating around somewhere. So here's my card base. My card base may need to be a different colour, I'm thinking. And then my thought was to have. So these ones here are the fancy script hot foil plates. These are all separate, which is really cool too. So if you just want to do one, you don't end up having a whole bunch of them like the other ones, and they have the coordinating dies as well. But I like these because I also had some, a couple of verses for scrapbook pages, so I foiled these at the same time. They've got "You're the best." I thought that would be a really good title for a scrapbook page. Thanks. "You are amazing," so you could have that on a scrapbook page, but I actually thought of having that on her card because sometimes she's amazing, not always. And then we just got "Happy Birthday." But before I put that on, I wanted to use this. The big ones, that one's going to be way too big yet. It'll have to be the smaller one. I wanted to use this as a bit of a shaker. I wanted to build this up and then have my glitter and stuff in here. That was my thinking. And then have the background here a different colour. Let's die cut this and see how we go, hey? So I'm going to need to die cut a couple of those. I'm going to wipe this over too, because sometimes the black, if I haven't dried it, the ink properly, it transfers. Okay, so let's cut, I don't know, I won't need that. Let's cut, how many shall we cut? 3, 4, let's try 4. So I think from looking at this one is going to cut two frames. So we've got this one here. And then you also get the inner piece as well. And then you've also got the bigger one. This one will be nice on a photo. So I'm going to cut that 4 times. Whoops. Keep them, you never know, you might be able to use them. There's the other one. Should have squeezed them in a little bit more to make the most of my paper, but that's okay. We're going to fit it. Yeah, we can make that work. Let's make that work. Slipping and sliding on my mat. Okay. Right. Oops, I didn't quite make that work. That's all right. Use that here. So 4 of those. Am I going to use both, or am I just going to use the outside, or am I going to just use the inside? Let's have a look. What do you reckon? Let's stick 3 of them together, or both. Just one maybe. Maybe just the one, I think. Gosh, that was a long time coming, wasn't it? So I have a little bit of acetate here. I might, let's die cut that. I wonder if that would, no, it's not going to leave me with the inside piece. It's going to cut the inner piece as well. So I'm going to have to stick that on and then snip around it. Let's get some glue. Feels like I'm at the dregs of this bottle as well. So you could have, when you do your shaker, I'm just going to pop this cloth down so it doesn't scratch. when you did your shaker part, if you wanted to, you could actually build it up with some foam. What do you call it? Double-sided foam. And just bend it around the back here to build this bit up. For me, I've just decided to do it this way. I'm going to stick these other 3 pieces at the back. I'm going to wait for this to dry, and that's going to give me just enough height to put my bits in. So I'm going to set that aside to dry before I snip it. Otherwise, once it starts slipping and sliding, I'm going to end up with glue all over my acetate piece. And I'm going to stick these ones together now. Let's get rid of some of this because we don't need all these. Make some room. Oh, I think I hear that little bell somewhere. Where is he? Okay. Just going to grab some other cardstock too to go underneath here, I think, just for a bit of extra colour. Let's have a look. We could go. Nope. That one could work maybe, or we could go, we could even do a yellow maybe. Let's have a look. This is a really nice bright yellow. This might work. What do you reckon? Pink or yellow? You probably know which one I'm going to come back to, but tell me what you reckon. I'm thinking pink. Don't know. Right, so I'm going to cut this to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And that's going to cover my whole card base. 4 1/4, 5 1/2. Yep, I like the pink. It's always pink. Looks like it's got a mark on there too. I may actually put that on foam tape. It's my tape. So I'm going to stick this flat. How you doing, Susie? Is it a bit cooler down there than what it is up here? Right. man, I haven't got my eyes on either. Right. Poke that under. All by yourself. You home alone. Can you be trusted? Right. I actually could have embossed this piece underneath too, because it would have been nice to see a little bit of embossing under here. Now I don't know whether to put this right up to the top or halfway. Yeah, that way I'm going to do it. I was going to put this on foam tape, and then I thought, you know what, this is just for Tamika. I don't think she really cares whether it's on foam tape or not, so I can save my foam tape for another card. Although I probably could have gone all out, because it's not like I have to mail it either. Oh well, doesn't matter. Oh, Susie, I love it. I love it. Yeah. I think I'm home alone as well at the minute. Both the kids are working. Oh no, one's working, one's out at a mate's. And John was off doing some deliveries for me. So I've been left home alone too. Okay, right. So we've got that. Now let's see if this is stuck. I need some little scissors. I wonder if these will work. Let's see. I can get under here. You like the pink, Debbie? Kind of makes it look like you've got a pink card base. Bit cheating. So I'm just going slowly around here because I want to make sure that I've got no acetate showing, but that it is all covered as well. You don't want any poking at the end. Okay, I think we're pretty good. So now I'm going to stick this on top of here, and I should have just enough to put a few little sprinkles underneath. Oh, I could maybe even go, oh, I don't want to go too high. Let's see how this works first. So I'm going to stick it onto the cardstock rather than around here, because I think that's a little bit cleaner. I'm just going to sit my stamp positioner, if it's clean, just on top, just to weight it down a bit. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with the happy birthday. I was going to go with you are amazing, but I think we might just stick with happy birthday. These little sentiments as well are really cool in that they cut out all these tiny little pieces as well. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the happy birthday, but what I'm also going to do is die cut this again, just die cut it, not foil it, so that I can build that up rather than use foam tape. I should have some scrap white, yep. So I might get 2 out of that, and that will be enough. Where's my plate? Oh, underneath, there we go. There's one. I've cut 2. I might only need 1. We'll see how we go. Just pop that away. Beautiful. Right, so let's just build this one up now. Maybe I should just do the 2 to start off with. That might be enough. Let's see how we go. Okay. Oops. Yeah, I reckon that's enough. I don't think I need the other one. Let's stick that over here too. Right. Okay. So my thinking is I'm going to have this little shaker part here so we can still see some of the florals through it. This also would have been nice die cut in pink. Anyway, it's done now. And I've got these little sprinkles here to put in. Oh gosh, screaming going on next door, far out. Oh, another really good way as well, Debbie, is using your stamping positioner. Because you've got these guidelines here, if you put your card base, can you see what I'm doing? Sorry, put your card base in, cut your card to sit on top, and then stick it in that way as well. If you butt it up against the edge each time, it'll work out perfectly for you as well. So there's another little tip. Okay, I need, oh look, I don't know where my little spoon is. I'm just going to bring it. Oh, hello, here he is. Hey, Coops, where have you been? Hey? been running amok somewhere? I have my air conditioning on too, so I'm hoping that this isn't going to go everywhere, but let's see how we go. So these are like tiny little sequins, and these are like glass glitter. So it's quite a chunky glitter. Don't think I need any more. Right, so now I'm going to pop some glue around the edge here. You right under my chair, you make sure I don't roll over you, hey? You've also got Joshua's stinky sock. Okay. So I am a little bit heavier handed on the glue on this bit here, because I want to make sure that it is completely stuck down. Look like water in a jar. Oh, you mean like for the like you get in the snow globes? There's lots of little confetti bits. Okay, so trying to shape those bits there down. It's too fat. It's alright, it'll come down eventually. There we go, how's that? And now I'm going to stick the happy birthday over the top here. So this here, I'm just going to see if I can, without buggering it completely. Move some of those about just a bit. That's better. They're moving freely now. I think it's like just this kind of stuff that they use, and they put it in like glycerin, isn't it, for the snow globes, I think. I've got some like little jars of sprinkles. I think there might be some glitter, possibly. I think this is a good idea to leave white now anyway. I was thinking of colouring that with a pink ink. Don't know, what do you think? Let's stick this on. Stick this one first. I'm wondering as well whether I stick this bit here back in the middle. Oh, what do you think? Stick one of those back in the middle or no? Or without it? Okay, girls, what do you think? Without? Or put this back in the middle, or with? Don't know now. This also would have looked really nice foiled on pink card. Maybe I should do that. Right, I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave it at that though, unless you want to sit and watch me foil up the, let me quickly put my foiling machine on. It's all out. I just need to turn it on, heat it up. You reckon without, Maz? Yeah. You can see a little bit more of the design underneath. Just, I want to have a go at foiling on this pink card. I think that might tie in with this pink background a little bit. Yeah, that's what needs to happen. Sorry. Sometimes these things just happen. I didn't know where it was going, so where are we? Happy birthday. It's this one here. This shouldn't take too long to heat up. But you girls don't need to hang around. You can take off if you like. You can always come back and have a look later. Some foil. Just going to trim that down. Oh crap, I knew that would happen. Go. So for me, I find the easiest way to trim down my foil is with a metal ruler and a knife. That just works the best for me. Scissors, I don't always have a sharp pair of scissors, as you can imagine with kids. They'll use them for anything, but for me, I find a knife and a metal ruler works the best, but you do you. See you, babe.
I'm already home.
Oh, you're home, you've been. I thought you were out. It was all very quiet.
Yeah, I said I was going to go straight after I finished my drink.
All right, cool.
Been and gone.
Thank you. So we're still heating up. We won't be too far away. Just going to sit it all on there, ready to go. That's also another little tip when you're foiling as well, is I will always put my plate on when I put my machine on, so the plate's heating through as well. I find I get, it works better for me that way. Everyone's different, but for me I find that always tends to work a little bit better. I don't think this needs anything else. I don't think it needs any gemstones, nothing. I'm just going to foil up that sentiment and stick it across here and call it done. And I think she will like that. And if she doesn't, too bad. No, not really. Okay. So I didn't use the die. I wouldn't mind having a go with the die. It actually has some nice sentiments on the stamp set as well that says love you and sending you a great big hug. These would be awesome as little coloured die cuts to go with your scrapbooking, which was the reason I got them, because I thought they'd be really good for tucking under photos and creating my floral embellishments. It's amazing. Sometimes it seems like it doesn't take long to heat up at all, and other times it just wants to take forever. Yeah, I think she'll like it, Maz. She's quite excited actually. I don't think I've ever seen her this excited about a birthday. So, yeah, come on. And I must say, those inks, I would say, are just as good as the Alter New. They were just as easy to blend. Okay, we're good to go. We're green. I might just pop another shim underneath. Do I have a shim somewhere? Let's just use one of these. Thanks, Debbie. She'll like it. She does keep all the cards that I make her. Okay, let's see how we've gone foiling on this cardstock. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to keep that because I can foil the negative at another time. I'm going to turn that off and pop that away, and I will quickly die cut this. I may not have actually needed the extra shim, and that might be because of the weight of this cardstock. I can see that it's kind of warped or stretched the cardstock a little bit. Hasn't overfoiled at all. So maybe I could have got away without the extra shim, but again, like I say, it's everyone's machine is different, and you've just got to work with your machine and work out what works for you. Oops, just moved that. Let's have a look. I must say it's a bit trickier to line up on coloured cardstock. Right, where have all my plates gone now? Over here. Oh, I think that might have shifted. I should have put 2 bits of tape on maybe. Oh no, we're good. Look at that. Right, so now, oh crap, what did I do with the other one? Oh, that's all right, we can just stick it on here. A bit still left. Okay. That gold on the pink is really pretty. You probably can't see. I will take some photos and put it up later. You probably can't see the foiling, but it's really pretty. Look at that. There we go. I think that's much better than the white. Okay. So it was much easier just to die cut another piece of cardstock, or even 2, rather than go through and try and stick little bits of foam tape all over the back of this. And I think this piece here could have done with some texture with an embossing folder or something, but it doesn't matter. It's all good. See, being way too critical again. Whoop. Okay, where am I going to stick this now? Here, here. I'm going to just plonk it right there, I think. And it has to stay there now, because on the acetate, if I move it too much, it's all going to smear. So I'm just going to hold it for a second or so. Could put some gemstones on maybe. I don't think it needs it. There we go. Done. Oops, what's that there? What do you reckon? Some gemstones maybe? Doesn't really need it though. Might just leave it, I think. So I'll take some photos and some close-ups and pop them up a little bit late. Actually, I've just pulled this off my table. Happy birthday. Oh, that could work too with love and hugs. What do you think? Just take that bit there off, that white bit. What do you reckon? Yeah or no? I quite like the pop of black as well. A little sub-sentiment, never hurt anybody. I don't know now. What do you reckon? I'll have to think about it. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for joining me. I haven't had a chance to play actually this week, so that has been really good. And just to play with some of those new inks as well. It was really good. Okay, I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend. And with the extra sentiment, yeah, I think I do too. Hey, I think it's the extra black, Susie. Pop of black kind of ties in with the stamping. I might even put gemstones on it. But I'll think about that and I'll take a photo and pop it up later for you. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend. I am off to see what Johnny's doing. And I'll chat to you soon. See you later. Bye.